The shiur is dedicated Le'ilu Nishmas Rachaleya Bas Rab Chaim Tzvi. We have been studying Tehillim Perek Beis, and we have noted, if you look at the schemata that's in front of you, the division of this Perek of Tehillim, and we suggested several possible divisions. One was an overall division into two segments. The first segment being from Pasuk Aleph all the way to Pasuk Chav Beis, and the second segment beginning from Pasuk Chav Gimel and continuing to the end of the Perek. We also suggested a more detailed kind of schemata, and here we divided the Perek into a number of different segments. Specifically, we divided the Perek into 6 different parts, 6 different chalokim. The first chalak we said was from Pasuk Aleph all the way to Pasuk Vav, and here we see the theme as you have written on the side of your pages: Lama Hashem azav oso ve'eino ono lo beis tzara. Why Hashem does not respond to him during a time of tzara, a time of siege. The second segment began with Pasuk Zayin all the way through Tes, that speaks about hashpalasa ubizyono, how David HaMelech described himself with unbelievable anava, v'yanechi toilas v'layish cherpas adam ubzuyam, how he subjected to lag on the part of others, and clearly the only hatzalah lies with Hashem is Barach. The third section is the tefillah for the Yeshuas Hashem that begins with Pasuk Yud and goes to Pasuk Yud Beis. The fourth section that describes his situation and the enemies around him starts in Pasuk Yud Gimel, and we have a fairly elaborate description of different types of enemies. Svavuni Parim Rabim Abir Bashan Kitruni. They are compared to an Aryeh, that Torah Vishoeg, Pasuk Yud Dalid, and we have a personal description of his existential situation, which is a rather bleak one. Kamayim Nishbachti, Pasuk Tes Vav says, Dispardu Kolatz Mosai, Hoyo Libi Kadonog, Nomeis B'toch Me'ai, Yavish Kacheres, Kochi Ulashoni Mudbag Mal Kochai, V'la'afar Mavis Ishbeseni. And again, the description of enemies compared to Klovim, to the dogs in Pasuk Yud Zayin. Ka'ari Yadai V'raglai, and as a result, we have a very somber kind of situation that David HaMelech is describing. The next section, section 5, is the tefillah for Hatzalah, starting from Pasuk Chav, going all the way to Pasuk Chav Beis. V'yatu Hashem al tichok eyalusi li'azvasi chusha, Hatzila mecherev nafshi mi'kela mi'avkela v'chidasi, Hosheni mi'pi aryeh mi'pi karni re'mi manisani. And finally, the Sherach Vodah, after the Ribbon Shalom extends to him as Yeshua, starting with Pasuk Chav Gimel and going all the way to the end of this particular Perek. So this is one more detailed schemata over and above the dual schemata that we mentioned at the very beginning of the shiur. We pointed out as well that Chazal, the Radak at the very beginning of his Perish to this Perek, and Chazal in general, throughout the Gemara and Megillah, and throughout the Medrash, Chazal have compared clearly and seen many, many points of analogy between this Perek and that which occurred in the course of Megillah Esther. And we noted already in the early shiur that we said on this Perek the connection between the Mizmor Al Yalas HaShachar and the plight of Esther Hamalka, Esther Tzadekis, throughout the course of the Megillah. As well, the Megillah, of course, which details the story of the Jew in Golus. Here also we have many, many of those elements. Again, a careful examination of the Radak will indicate that here we have a focus on Golus, on the exile experience for Klal Yisrael, for the Jew. We also noted that clearly there's evolution in the course of examining this Mizmor. The Mizmor begins with a sense of Kedi Lama Azavtani, a sense of Hester Panim. There are elements that follow of Tefillah, of expressing one's bitachon in Hashem Yisbarach, and the resultant Hatzalah that emerges, the Gilu Panim, followed by Shach Vodah to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as well as the ultimate hope of Klal Yisrael, that there will be a recognition on the part of the entire world of the Malchus of Hashem. This we noted at the end of the particular Perek, and more or less this is the overview that we have done till now. In this shiur, what we would like to examine further in this Perek is the duality that we have spoken about. We mentioned there's a clear chiastic structure here in the Perek as well. In the beginning we have Azivas Hashem, and that parallels the last part of the Perek, which of course is Hodaya Shach Hodah on the Yeshua of Hashem. We have in the middle the sense of Hashpala and Bizayon, and that parallels his matzav and the enemies that surround him, that encompass him. And as well we have a parallel between the Tefillah for Yeshua Hashem and the Tefillah Lahatzalah, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should in the